Trucker here again. This is my own opinion and public announcement to all of yous who act the fool. You let government sticks and local community mishaps guide you into situations like looting, destroying property, burning property down, and bring you into the fold of corruption, which most of you are now under state of emergency. The next step is full out martial law. And you will have nobody to blame but yourselves. You are creating this mayhem, and you will pay for this mayhem. Innocent, peaceful civilians are not going to take the fall for you. They're not going to let it happen. We are, as Americans and true God-fearing families, are raised to respect our neighbors, not to trespass on them. To honor our life. And this is getting destroyed by people who want to act the fool. You all know who you are. You need to make it right. Followers need to stop following and use their own personal judgments. Those people that you're destroying their lives on, their businesses, their families, and some of them live in their stores, so that's also their home. You're destroying their lives. It's no different than George Floyd. His life got destroyed by a crooked cop. That's the best I can say. You know, I don't know the man personally, so I truthfully cannot say he's prejudiced. But yes, it did happen. He destroyed another man's life. Now you all are going out there and destroying innocent people's lives. People have never done anything to you. People who provided you a service just to feed their families, give them a proper education, keep a roof over their head. And you're destroying their lives. Not only their lives, what about the working class lives? Those businesses are now out of business. Well, so aren't the employees that work for them. They are now out of jobs. Where are they going to get the income to feed their families? From the government? That is a big laugh. The government doesn't even give you a third of what you can make in the working industry. They give you barely enough to scrape by. Now, a lot of yous out there look at it as free money. Well, it's not free money. Every man, woman, and able-working young adult pays taxes. Those taxes get divvied up amongst the cities and states for emergency purposes like welfare, Medicaid, food stamps, and many other programs. People have to work to make that money so that it's there for the needy who need it at that point in time. You think that's going to stay there after all this? government's going to do a lockdown. There won't be no more of that money available. Your stimulus checks that you're receiving because you were out of work due to the coronavirus, that will stop. You can bet your dollar on it. Because when it comes to a war situation, all those funds that they give you to survive on will now be pushed over to military to pay for ammo, transportation, and pay them soldiers to do their duty. And their duty is going to be you, the people who created all this mayhem and still persist on doing it. You're not going to win, people, because you went about it the wrong way. You should have stayed with the peaceful protesting. As long as you show no violence, they can give you no violence. They will irritate and aggravate, but by law, they cannot put their hands on you until you do something wrong. And it only takes one person to blow it for everybody. And some of these people out there know that, and they do it on purpose. Because they love the hate. They love the mayhem. They strive for it. But the minute it all comes down, who disappears first? That person or persons who started it all. You won't see them again. They'll go find another crowd to entice. You know? Something else for you to think about. You're all out there looting these stores, and a majority of you are jumping all over them electronics. Do you remember the era that you live in right now? Whether it be a computer, a cell phone, a smart TV, Wi-Fi surround sound, GPS, all that stuff is traceable. Don't think they won't be able to come find you and it and bang on your door and take you in. They're just biding time until they get shit under control. Then the next step is going to start arresting people. Lock them all up. We're going to teach them a lesson. And you will be the one to pay. And due to this situation, there ain't no lawyer in the world going to defend you. Because you're hurting their families too. You're hurting their community. You're hurting their way of living. Do you see what's going on? Open your eyes, people. Wake up. I've only said this a few times now. Wake up. Yeah, I'm just a lonely old truck driver. Not. I am a family man. I have a family to support. I gotta put food on the table, a roof over their head, clothes on their back, pay for their education, pay for their medical. I have to do this. But I'm also an educated, lonely old truck driver. I went to school. I went to college. I gave my life for our country. But this is what I choose to do. It is a decent career. I make good money. In order to keep my satisfied, substantial ways of living. Now there's thousands of Americans that cannot do that because their substantial ways of living have been destroyed. The insurance companies are not going to fix their properties. There is no insurance company out there that gives insurance for riots. you just destroyed their lives. Not everybody. You all know who I'm talking about. Everybody who's watching my channel knows who I'm talking about. Talking about the people who are using no conscience and destroying good American citizens' properties, ways of living, and hurting their families. It's not much different than putting your knee on a man's neck and choking him out. Yes, their blood is still pumping, but they gotta start from scratch, start all over again. And do you think they're gonna want to stay there and open another store in your community? Or open another business in your community? No, they're not. They're gonna get rid of whatever it is they have left in that community, and they're gonna go somewhere in the outskirts and provide services to people that really want it. Metropolitan cities have the most counted Americans bound up in one territory. When all that goes, what do you have? Let me ask, how long would it take for somebody who is living on social services or on SSI, on disability, or on veterans pay? How long would it take them to get a business started to be able to provide for their community and keep providing for their family? How long do you think it would take them to do that? A very long time, because they have to crunch their financials in order to be able to save to get started. You know, we are a country
Way station detected.
that has been built by Americans' blood, sweat, and tears. The government didn't build it. We the people built it. We built it, we raised it, we made it grow. We the people. The billionaire tycoons that own the company, they started from the bottom ground, but they used our blood, sweat, and tears to get to the top. You think they care? Nope. They're already billionaires. They'll put locks on their doors and say, yep, we're out of business. I wish you all the best of luck. I'm happy and rich. What are you gonna do? People, I can't say it any more than what I'm saying now. Wake up. Those of you who know people are doing bad, get in their ear. Wake them up. Some of you know the people who are doing it. And I'm not asking you to snitch on them. No way in hell. I would not do that to you.
Take exit 286 / reading interchange to reading interchange on the right.
But I would ask you grab their ear and say, yo, man.
Truck stop detected. Ambus fuel stop. 5.
Do you think that's right? Do you think we should be doing that? What about that person's family? That man or woman's family? Their grandchildren, their nieces, their nephews? What about them? Are we not destroying their lives? Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all the love and all the peace in the world, and hope God shines a light down on you and shows you the path. Thank you very much for listening. Jim the Trucker, I'm out.